I'm inspired by the unwritten years of the Jesus story. I was reading in my Bible the other day, Matthew's Gospel, and I found myself giggling at how when you turn the page from chapter 2 to chapter 3, the story just sort of unexplainably skips ahead 30 years. In chapter 2, Jesus is born, he's a baby, the wise men come, the wise men leave. In the next paragraph, his family flees to Egypt to escape an oppressive king. Jesus is probably about 2 at this point. The king dies within months. Toddler Jesus and his family move to Nazareth. End of the chapter. Turn the page. Chapter 3. Jesus is like 30. I love that. I could just keep turning those pages back and forth, imagining what happens in the space between chapters. Toddler Jesus to 30-year-old Jesus is a lot of unwritten story. The rowdy little boy years, the pimply tween, the awkward teenage years, the coming of age, early 20s. I love that there are no stories of, spiritual note from that period. I can only infer that during that time he was, I don't know, human, just pimply and lanky and a little weird. I find myself constantly reading biblical stories and stories from old ancient texts like this and using my imagination to fill in the blanks for the characters. That's the most wondrous stuff for me. The friendships and the heartache and the failed romances and the shared big ideas, the humanity of these characters, their idiosyncrasies, their peculiar hobbies, their groggy mornings and their late nights. One of my favorite things to do is play the what was Jesus like at the blank years old? Like, what was he like when he was, I don't know, 12 or 14, the age of my daughters currently? One of my kids is a middle schooler, the other is a freshman in high school, and their life is full of wonderful and beautiful drama. I imagine Jesus is their classmate. Was he a gifted student? Was he trying to fit in with a certain crowd? Was his relationship with his parents evolving? Did he know what the legends foretold about him? What dreams did he have about his future? What did he want to be when he grew up? Did he pray? Did he have clarity about his own faith at the time? I just love the between the lines stories, the unwritten parts of his life. We've all got parts of our life that aren't written in the story we typically allow others to know about us. We've all got a lot of life packed in between the lines of our shared story. And that stuff is the real stuff. That stuff is the stuff that the people who matter most to us know and care about. Yes, most people know the highlights and even the big lowlights. They know about our big vacations. They know about the job promotions. They know about our college degrees. They know about our new house. They also know about how we lost our grandpa. And they might know about our scary diagnosis. And they might know about our weight issues and the car accident we were in a few years back. They often don't know about how messy our garage is, or how we just love watching that one show on the couch with our spouse, or how we keep a little St. Gerard medallion in our pocket, or how bluebirds in our yard make us feel strangely and deeply connected to the universe, or how our feet hurt all the time and we just grin and bear it, or how we wonder if we're a good enough person to be a good father, or if our parents are proud of us, or we're sometimes very confused about God, very scared of dying, and very hopeful for tomorrow, or any of the small and beautiful things that fill our very human life. Most people know the highlights of our life story, but love is about wanting to read between the lines. Love is about taking the risk to share the unwritten parts with someone. Love feels like reading between the lines of someone's life and enjoying that part of their story too. I hope you'll love like that this week. I hope you'll lift up the ordinary parts of someone's life and make them feel extraordinary about themselves. Will you join me in prayer? God of ordinary moments, God of our unpublished life, God of our inner thoughts and quiet routines, we thank you for being with us. In our slippers and robe, on our morning commute, in our daily cup of coffee, in our backyard moments of rest, in our workplace pleasantries, our walk to the mailbox, and our scrubbing of the shower walls. God, you are with us. And we are meant to be with each other in ways that honor the ordinary and beautiful human lives each of us lives between the lines of our life story. Amen. Remember, between is about you. The way you fill the space between yourself and others determines the way your faith comes to life. My favorite church is the space between people. Now go with God's love and create the church between.